welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narasimhan. And in this edition of The Right Stand, we focus on the scare across Bharat over toxic cough syrups, where over 25 children have died in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. The pharma company under the scanner is Srian Pharmaceuticals, a firm based in Chennai that manufactures Coldriff, the cough medicine found with toxic levels of diethylene glycol or DEG. The CEO of Srian Pharmaceuticals, S. Ranganathan, has been arrested for negligence. Documents obtained by CNN News18 reveal that the company was delisted in 2009 but resurfaced in 2011 under a new name and license. Tamil Nadu's health minister announced the suspension of 2 senior drug inspectors, adding that he plans to shut down Srian Pharmaceuticals within 2 to 3 days. Listen in.
இல்ல லைசென்ஸ் ரத்து பண்றதுங்கிறது அவங்க பின்னாடி கோர்ட்டுக்கு போனா ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்கணும். அதனால இப்ப அவர் கைது பண்ணிருக்காங்க. கைது பண்ணுவரை கூட்டு தாசில்தார் போய் கம்பெனில விசாரிப்பாங்க. விசாரிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் இதுல அந்த நச்சுத்தன்மை 4% இருக்கிறதுங்கிறது உறுதிப்படுத்தினதுக்கு அப்புறமா இப்ப டெம்பரவரியா ரத்து பண்ணிருக்கிற உரிமம் பர்மனன்ட் க்ளோஷருக்கு இன்னும் 2 நாள்ல ரத்தும் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. பர்மனன்ட் க்ளோசிங் ஆர்டரும் கொடுத்துருவாங்க.
So the minister there saying that if we terminate the license immediately, they may go to court and seek a certain level of relief. So we are going to get to the bottom of it. There is temporary suspension and we'll shut them down for good once we are able to have proper evidence to be able to do the same. Now, meanwhile, let's take you through the case so far, namely, who is S. Ranganathan? He's a long-standing name in Tamil Nadu's pharma industry. He's 75 years old, a pharma graduate from Madras Medical College. He gained prominence in the 1980s with Prorit nutritional syrup. He owns several small pharma manufacturing units. He owns Srian Pharma that made this Coldriff syrup. 48% toxic diethylene glycol content was found in Coldriff samples. The safe limit for diethylene glycol is only 0.1%, viewers. Srian Pharma's manufacturing unit flouted several safety norms. So what are the charges that he faces? First is under section 105 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, that is culpable homicide. Secondly, section 276 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, adulteration of drugs. Third section, section 27A of the Drugs Act, sale of counterfeit drugs. Now, CNN News 18's Purnima Murli gets us this report from one of the manufacturing units of Srian Pharma. Have a look.
Well, we are coming to you from the factory that's located in Kanchipuram district. This is the Srian Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Company. You can see the show cause notice that was stuck here 2 days back. And based on the inspection conducted by the Tamil Nadu Drug Control Department, they found non-functional air filters, rusted equipment, and also, most importantly, the illegal use of non-pharma grade chemicals. If you look at this factory, it lacks basic facilities and they do not have qualified staff, and they also have not followed the due process to ensure safety. So these are it's totally unhygienic, and many medicines in cough syrup bottles were burnt, and that's on the back of this particular facility. It's a very small facility. It does not really look like a facility, and you can see the unhygienic condition. There's stench emanating from this place. So this is why these were there were 350 lapses that were found in this particular facility post the inspection, which is why this remains shut. The show cause notice was issued. What we are learning is that, as you said, in the 1990s when Srian Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Company was listed, but then it got delisted. Since from then till now, the owner is Ranganathan, 75 years old. However, they started this manufacturing company with another name. Initially, it was the Srian Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Company.
So we heard the Tamil Nadu health minister of the state saying that certain drug inspectors have also been suspended. But the question also emerges, how was Srian Pharma allowed to function? Documents accessed by CNN News 18 indicate a rotten system that allowed the pharma company to function. The company was banned in 2009 but reopened in 2011 with a new name. The company closed down in 2009 due to lack of sufficient documents. It reopened in 2011 as Srian Pharmaceutical Manufacturers. Name and addresses were changed under a new name, but the directors retained their posts. In fact, BJP leader Annamalai has actually taken on the Stalin government for this dismal state of affairs in the medical system. He tweeted out a picture saying, and I quote, "The disgraceful act of carrying life-saving medicines meant for pregnant women and children in a garbage truck to an urban primary healthcare center in Chennai's Kodungayur speaks volumes about the patchwork model of DMK's utter disregard for the well-being of the people of Tamil Nadu. Such glaring incompetence has turned governance into a mockery. Even after the tragic loss of 21 infants to toxic cough syrup manufactured in Tamil Nadu, which was a direct result of years of neglect and apathy in Tamil Nadu's drug control system, the state health department continues to fail in upholding the most basic standards." We'll try and go across to Narayan Tirupati of the BJP, Tamil Nadu BJP in a bit. Harish Ibrahim, political analyst with us. And we also have Jagadishwaran, political analyst. My namaste. Jayant, to our panelists, thank you very, very much. We wait for Mr. Narayan Tirupati to join in a bit. But Jagadishwaran, your first thoughts on the state of affairs in Tamil Nadu. It's a reflection of A, apathy, B, a corrupt system, and C, somewhere political patronage.
Yes, I would start with probably what happened in July 2025. The DVSC, the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, arrested P.U. Karthikeyan, the director in charge of the Tamil Nadu Drug Control Administration, for accepting a bribe. This happened in July 2025, as we are speaking. Karthikeyan was caught receiving 25,000 as an advance on a 1 lakh bribe from a soap factory owner. This was what happened. The businessman recorded conversations where Karthikeyan used the code word formalities to demand the bribe. Again, in September 2025, in another separate incident, DVSC again arrested a drug control inspector in Nagarkoil named Kadiravan for demanding a bribe of 10,000 rupees. This shows that, we know that DVSC doesn't do this very often. They do this only when there are so many complaints and when it goes out of hand. So these drug control inspectors, mostly they get a bribe and they just allow anybody to run. They go to medical shops, they go to places where these medicines gets manufactured. It's a looting business for these drug control manufacturers. There is no proper system. See, there are so many issues as well. See, there are staff shortages because most of the times there is a chronic staff shortage in Tamil Nadu. There is administrative instability. See, for most of the times, this department, they function without a proper head. Even now, there is no. The guy who was arrested was again an in charge, and even now there is no proper head for this drug control administration. Where we say this is a very essential one because this has killed more than 20 children in MP, in Rajasthan. It didn't kill anybody in Tamil Nadu, but again, this medicine killed children in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. So this is most of the systemic issues. This corruption, ongoing corruption, in such a way that this has come out now. But mostly there is no proper drug control inspectors. It is always a department where you can easily get bribes. You just pass the buck, and this is what is happening mostly.
See, the simple question that arises, Harish Ibrahim, is the fact that Srian Pharma is going to be shut down. That owner of that pharmaceutical company is in jail. But the drug inspectors who cleared these drugs have only been suspended. How is that? Why should they also not be held culpable and arrested under the same BNS sections?
Yeah, as our health minister have categorically said that the premier prior investigation has been started, and whoever has been the perpetrators beyond this culpable homicide, which caused a huge loss for infants, should be punished. There is no second thought about it. And regarding the pharmaceutical guideline, it is not only a state subject, it is a central subject as well. It has to be partitioned by the two of the administration. But having said that, the current government doesn't hold any kind of insignificance. They don't want to pass the bucks here. They want to put forward a stringent mechanism, which is already in place with the proper SOPs. But where does this lapse happen will be interrogated, which will make sure to bring down whoever to the justice system and will make sure the proper kind of SOP is set. And these kind of things doesn't happen ever in Tamil Nadu. Because as we have the primary health centers, we have the tertiary health centers, we have the best healthcare system, And these kind of lapses will automatically bring down the entire morale of each and every system.
The best
Please.
healthcare system where again visually they've shown life-saving drugs are being carried in a garbage van.
No, that is falsehood, because it has been, you have a series of protocols, series of SOPs for those things. So, and Mr. Annamalai, who has been a ex-BJP president, who is claiming to be a falsehood, there are certain protocols which the health ministry have been categorically said that.
But he's posted a picture. He's not making an empty claim, Harris. He's put out the picture. He has put many pictures. We are not showing the face of the vehicle driver, but the vehicle with the carton boxes is very evident, and it's a garbage van. In which critical supply is being taken. Kodungayur it is being taken to the
Kodungayur is a dump yard. Kodungayur, we have a dump yard where all those empty boxes will also be carried out. So you can't go ahead and say that there will be the medicines which was inside and those have been carried away. No. Mr. Annamalai, you know, he is a prolific life peddler. Even against the government, he has made sure to put all the spreadsheets to claiming that they have done these crimes, that crime, this is the... But he hasn't proven anything beyond the doubt. Not even a 1% of his charges.
So you are saying that this picture is of medicines which are going to the dump yard in Kodungayur and not to the primary healthcare in Kodungayur? Is that what you are trying to say?
No, I'm not categorically denying that. It's something of that sort of which he has a proven evidence in his hand. Let him go ahead and make sure to, as a responsible citizen, leave aside whether he's a politician or not. As a responsible citizen, he has entire privilege to go ahead and question upon. But when these kind of issues comes in, he want to do a petty politics.
No, there is no petty politics here. If this is not true, then the DMK should say it is not true. If the state health minister can come and clarify on Srian Pharmaceuticals, why can't he come out and say whether these medicines were being transported to the primary healthcare or were they being taken to the dump yard? The question is, you also heard Jagadishwaran, and then 6 months later when things die down, they are back in action. Because this company of Srian Pharmaceuticals also was banned in 2009. They come back with the same directors in 2011, and for the last 14-15 years they have been functioning right under the very nose of the authorities. Jagadishwaran.
No one is denying that. No one is denying that, as I said earlier.
Let Jagadishwaran respond, Harris, and then I'll come back. We're going to check on Narayanan Tirupati in a bit. Yeah. Yes, Jagadishwaran.
Yeah. See, there are a total of 365 drug manufacturing units. You know, there are thousands of pharmacies across Tamil Nadu. There are wholesale distributors. There are blood banks. And there is, as per the report, there is a severe shortage of drug inspectors. And also there is a serious issues in getting promotions. And mostly these guys say we are all putting junior posts where we should actually be seniors. And that is why, see, you've got just 25, the state is divided into 25 zones. And with these directors, there are so many vacancies. Even when I was saying July, the director in charge was arrested, they just filled with 2 deputy director posts. And it was functioning for a lot of time without a head. This particular industry, this particular department, we should have a proper head. We should be controlling all the thousands of pharmacies, 365 manufacturing units, blood banks, was functioning without a head for a long time. And if government really cared about it, they should have appointed as soon as someone was arrested or someone was someone gets arrested, you need to fill in that post. Otherwise, there will be nobody to question you. See, the main problem is, there is no one to question those drug inspectors. They can do whatever they want. They can go to any pharmacist, they can go to any manufacturing unit, get a bribe, come back. Nobody's going to question you. See, there are proper set of protocols, there are proper set of SOPs. There are pharmacies which needs to have ACs. Sometimes we go to some pharmacies and find no AC, there is no fridge. And these are all some basic things that should have been in that pharmacy. But unfortunately, when it is not there, they are supposed to close down that pharmacies. Then, and I would say add one more point. See, these drugs, I mean the dopamine drugs and so many drugs that is spoiling the youth. Sometimes these drugs are available in our pharmacies. That is a big allegation that's been happening across Tamil Nadu. The college students, the school students, they get these drugs in various forms, in tablets, in injections form. And there's no that even the pharmacists, some of the pharmacists even get arrested. So there's a big issue, not just with the regulatory one. There's also some more issue that needs to be talked about.
Right. Narayanan Tirupati is joining us. Narayanan Tirupati, a little bit of a late entry, so I'm going to ask you. Annamalai's claims, About garbage truck, Harris is now saying that it may be going to the dump yard in Kodungayur, not necessarily the primary health care center. What is the guarantee that these are actually drugs which are going to the primary health care center? And that why make these charges? The state government is doing its bit to ensure the system is robust. Agree, disagree?
I totally disagree, Anand, because see, what has happened is shameful. What has happened is shameful that these drugs are carried in a garbage truck, garbage rickshaw. What is this? Where are we going? The same way in Sungwar Chatram, we have seen that particular company, pharmaceutical company, we have seen that they have not bothered. So bad infrastructure there is, and for the past 10 years they have been operating, and absolutely the drug inspectors have failed. Whereas the the health minister of Tamil Nadu claims that Tamil Nadu has achieved it. What they have achieved? They have achieved all these things. More than 25 children died in Madhya Pradesh just because of your lackluster attitude. What happened to the police? For the past 4-5 days, 6 days they are doing it, and suddenly today Madhya Pradesh police comes and arrest him in his house itself. What is this? That's what we are asking.
Harris?
No, as I said earlier, the Tamil Nadu state government, once the report have been out from the Madhya Pradesh, even before the Madhya Pradesh police or the drug authorities take an action, even on the holiday time on that particular day, entire mechanism, entire inspection has been carried out. Whatever the flaws which has been flouted has been taken to account, and whatever the necessary steps to curb down, because it is not only for the particular batch this has been carried away. So we have to wait for the investigation, what went wrong in the molecules, in the substances. It is not beyond our political knowledge. It has to be done through a proper technical way. So only we have to wait for the technical things to come out to understand where the
That
wrong
is
is happening.
0.1%
So
should
there
be
is-
the concentration
No, 1 second, Anand.
of... I'm just saying 0.1% is supposed to be the concentration of DEG in that cough syrup. It is 48%. How is
That's
it
what.
that,
So,
how is it that
no.
this batch was not tested? Are you trying to say
No
that the
one,
state batch...
no one, that is what, we have to wait for the conclusion of the investigation departments. We can't go ahead and review our comments until it should be reserved, because unless there is a technicality which has gone inside this batch has to be examined. As a political analyst, we can't go ahead and experience what went wrong in a technical aspects on such a large scale. The government has acted in a prolific way to make sure to put down whoever the perpetrators should be, will be always brought to the book. The government is not denying that.
They were operating right under the very nose of the Tamil Nadu government. Now, one company like this, imagine what bad repute, disrepute it brings to the state of Tamil Nadu altogether. That's the big question. We've just... Yes, Narayan Tirupati, you wanted to react? Are you there? We seem to have just lost him. Jagdishwaram, are you willing to say that the state government is doing its bit, or is it that this is an example of the corruption being institutionalized?
See, I would say, I mean, this is one case that has come up. I would put it that way, because when you arrest your director in charge in July, when you arrest your other guys, Nagarkoil drug inspector in September, you should know that this is a systemic corruption that's been going for so many days. There is shortage of people. The people who are working, that they say they are not being promoted at the right time. There is an administrative issue. There is vacancies that has been lying for so many days, and there is no one to control it. That's the main issue. So you don't have a head, you don't have a deputy director, and what would the drug inspectors do? They're given a free hand. Nobody is going to question you. You are the one who's going to travel across the state of Tamil Nadu, across to various pharmacies, across to all the manufacturing units. You're not even going, sometimes you don't even go to the pharmacy. You are going to say, oh, everything is good in this pharmacy, everything is good in this manufacturing unit. You just get a bribe. Just like how this director was getting. He's saying, okay, I want 1 lakh, pay me an advance of 25,000. He's somehow caught in a DVAC. But what about the other drug inspectors? This is an industry where, this is a department where you can easily just sit on your home, just say, okay, everything is good in this pharmacy, everything is good in this manufacturing unit, and you can just get a bribe and do your work and do your work. There's a very rare case of honesty in this department, because there is shortage of people. There is no one to question you. the systemic corruption that's been going on for so many days. There's no
Harris,
one to question you.
agree, disagree?
Yeah, that happens in every department in the government official side. We don't have to deny or agree to it. It is a complete corruption, which is a module not only in Tamil Nadu, across India, on each and every government department. But how an independent government is taking an action against this, whether you have an efficient government or not. But here, having said that, the DVAC has booked, the DVAC under the nose of the same Tamil Nadu state government has booked almost even the director for taking a bribe. That tells the whole story that the government is not obliging to whatever the crimes which is happening on these kind of, the highest in order where life matters, right? So we don't want to go ahead and deny it. Of course, there are lapses. Of course, there is a bribery charges in every department where the matter of life has been a serious concern. But having said that, it will all be taken into an accord for the effective government in place.
Yes,
sir.
yes, Narayan Tirupati.
Anand, there are totally 300 violations in this particular Sungwa Chetram. And the registered office, everything is bogus. And more than 300 violations. Just a 900 square feet where you don't have proper infrastructure. What these drug inspectors were doing, what is this department, the government department doing? The minister claims as if only Tamil Nadu has done it and the entire country has refused that there is no, there is contamination. But what I am asking is, you know very well before 5 or 6 days that this factory has produced this. Why have you not arrested? And there are news that this particular Ranganathan was absconding. That means he was out of his house. But yesterday, Madhya Pradesh police goes to his house, arrest him in his house itself. So, what is right and what is not right? That is what we are asking. Why have you not taken action? You very well know he has caused a murder of 25 children. And why you have not acted? Don't say that it is Madhya Pradesh police, they have not come or they have not given a complaint. And you have sealed their office. According to the government sources, according to the minister, 2 persons were suspended and this person was not arrested. He was not even interrogated. Why? If he is absconding, how he appeared in his house suddenly yesterday for Madhya Pradesh police? See, this is the problem.
Harris?
As I said it earlier, clearly, I don't want to go ahead and do the same thing again and again, but the law has taken its own course of action and the preliminary inquiry. Narayan sir, let me complete.
No, sir, it has not taken. Please,
no, sir,
25 children. Please understand, sir. Please have some context, sir. Let us not do politics here. I am not accusing your chief minister. I am accusing the administration, local administration.
I never deny that. Narayan sir, with due respect. Narayan sir, with due respect, I haven't denied that at all. And it is a constitutional, it is an administration lapse. Yes, of course, there is an administration lapse, and which has been taken into an accordance. And the health ministers have made sure to put a proper SOP in place. But whoever doesn't follow the SOP will be brought in front of the justice. And there is no denial in that. And even the health minister have clearly stated in his press conference.
You tell me, Harris, please tell me. Suspending the drug inspectors, how is that justice? How is that?
What we have to do it? No, what you are prescribing.
Shouldn't they?
Until the law, the law has to take its own course. First of all, he has to be suspended until the inquiry finished.
No. Shouldn't these people be held criminally culpable because this has happened right under their watch?
The first step is suspension from his posting. Next, the inquiry will happen, and the inquiry findings based on the inquiry findings.
Till inquiry, there is no. They are not going to be kept under watch. They can flee the state. They can flee the country. They can escape all sorts of censure.
Not at all. There has been 4 days of holiday on that particular day. Once the Madhya Pradesh news have broken out, even before the Madhya Pradesh government acted, the entire Tamil Nadu state government's health department has put in place to see where went wrong, what went wrong, and they had made sure to take the entire step.
You please tell me, Harris. Only one question, Harris. How Madhya Pradesh police arrested Ranganathan in his house? Why not the Tamil Nadu police? They have not. They say that they went to the house, he was not there. But Madhya Pradesh police goes there, he was in his house. Some clarification should be there, no? Why you have not arrested? That is what we are asking. Why have you not interrogated or arrested? What is the reason?
Sir, with due respect, you know how the BNS systems work, and the first case has been promulgated, booked under BNS Act in Madhya Pradesh, and they have waited, they have given the intelligence, they have given the inputs to the Madhya Pradesh police, is which I have got the sources from. So there has been a proper communication between the Tamil Nadu state government intelligence and the Madhya Pradesh police
what has
for
happened,
them to come and
Haris,
collect the culprit,
see,
right?
one of the
so
thing
we
is,
can't go ahead and
Haris,
you can't go ahead and make sure to question the Tamil Nadu government.
Haris, I'm not even getting into the bureaucratic protocol or whatever it is between Tamil Nadu police and MP police. Clearly, there has been cooperation. That's why MP police has been able to nab him and seek a transfer.
Of course.
But the Tamil Nadu police, when they first went, they said he is not there at his home and that's why we
Yes.
can't find him. That's what Narayan
Yes.
Tirupati is saying, and that should not have happened. Secondly, Jagdishwaran, is it unfair to say that these drug inspectors allowed this right under their very nose? If their hand was not on the till and if they were not on the take, do you think these samples would have gone out of Tamil Nadu? They have not only been somewhere directly, indirectly culpable in the deaths of these children, they have bought the state to disrepute. The state's name has come to disrepute. Does that not matter? So why is suspension only enough? How is that going to become a deterrent? Because 3 months later they'll be back on, Jagdishwaran. That's the point.
Yeah, of course, yes. See,
Yes.
even the one where the DVSC arrested the director, we are not sure when the charge sheet will be filed. See, the problem is someone gets arrested from a government department. It's end of story. We do not know if the charge sheet is properly filed, if they are punished for that act. The same case with these guys. See, they get suspended. We will just forget the story. After 3 months, they would come back to the same department. They would do the same thing. That's what is getting repeated again and again. Nobody cares about it. So that is the problem. See,
if this guy can actually be banned in 2009 and 2 years later, the same directors can start a fresh company in the same line and then and they can operate for 15 years. What do you think the drug inspectors are going to do? What do you think? It's just a brazen, perhaps somewhere an imagery that creates that it's been institutionalized in Tamil Nadu. And that is not good imagery. That corruption being institutionalized in Tamil Nadu at the cost of the stature and the repute of the state and at the cost of innocent lives is not something any politician, any minister, any leader would want. So that's where the issue is. If the Tamil Nadu government under the leadership of the Chief Minister and also its Health Minister are serious about a crackdown, then it has to show, it has to be on display. So far that intent is not on display. There is a lot of talk, but walk is not happening. I have to wind up on that note. I'm going to thank our guests. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for joining.